Hello, welcome to Introduction to Tally section. In this section, we are going to study about the introduction to the Tally software, the basic concept and basic things we are going to study in this chapter. Under this chapter, we are going to discuss about the introduction Tally, and then we are going to study about accounts group of Tally and ledger creation. So first, we are going to discuss about introduction to the Tally. Tally is a ERP software. It means that enterprise resource planning software. It's a cover all of the transaction activities and all of the managerial activities we can control in the organization by using ERP software. So the Tally is one of the ERP software. It's created by Tally Solution Private Limited. It is an Indian multinational company, and its headquarter is Bangalore, Karnataka, India, and also there are 1.6 million customers are using in this Tally software. And also the Tally main product is producing the enterprise resource planning ERP 9 Tally, and also we can control our transaction relative with the accounts and inventory management, tax management, payroll, and overall things we can control by using Tally softwares. And if you look at that accounts of group in Tally, there are two type of groups available in Tally softwares. The first one is the primary group, and the secondary group we are going to study in the next slide. And now we are going to look at that. What is the group? Group is set of accounts. The set of accounts are called the groups, and then we are going to know that what is the ledger. Ledger is a set of the classifications of journal. It's called ledger. There are two default ledger in the Tally software. If you press page up key, you can see the cash default ledger as well the profit and loss account default ledger you can see. And there are 28 groups, total groups. It's two type. First primary groups, and then secondary group 13, primary group 15, and then secondary group 13. And now we are going to look at that. What's the primary group? Primary group is main group of the Tally softwares, and we have already studied about the chapter 1, the type of accounts. There are 5 type of account. This type of account divided in the different purpose and created the groups. So that's the primary groups. So the second one is secondary group or subgroup, mean based on the primary group we have divided again. So those are the groups are called subgroups. The first one, the capital account under the capital account type. The second one is loan liability. We can say that that's a liabilities account type based on our account type I have informed to you. Then current liability is a current liability account type. Fixed assets type. Investment is a asset type, and the current asset type. Branch division, it is uncategorized. Miss expenses asset account type, and suspend account uncategorized. Suspends mean if the balance is not equal, we have to create the temporarily we have to create that suspense account. That's also one of the primary group in Tally softwares. And then a sales account, income account type, and a purchase account expenses account type. The direct income is income account type. Direct expenses account type, and indirect income, it is also one of the income type account. And the final one is indirect expenses it is expenses type account. Now we are going to look at that subgroup. Subgroup mean based on the primary group, again we have categorized, or we have created subgroup under the primary group. So we can say that reserves and surplus, it's a come under the capital account. If you look at that previous one, the capital account, that's a primary group, and subgroup is we created reserves and surplus account. And then bank OD is one of the current liability type in the primary group. So based on that, they created the subgroups bank OD under the current liability. Likewise, secured loan, unsecured loan, duties and taxes, provisions, Sunday creditors, stock in hand, deposit, it's a one of the asset, loan and advance, Sunday debtors, cash in hand, and bank accounts. Those are the subgroups created by the tally softwares. Now we are going to look at that clear understand about the groups and the interactions and how is we can work on groups and the ledger. If you look at that, one of the primary group, current assets, is one of the primary groups, and based on the primary group, and again they have created Sunday debtors. Debtors is a one of the asset of the organization. It's a current asset or current assets. So they created again the Sunday debtors is a subgroup, and the Sunday debtors is a subgroup of current assets, right? And then the company need to create the ledger based on the company debtors. We can create that Asker is one of our debtors. We have to create that Asker company is our Sunday debtors under the Sunday debtors subgroup. As well, we can say Anwar Solution company is a one of the our Sunday debtors. Based on that, based on our debtors, we have to create the ledger. So that's called that ledgers. This is a Sunday debtors, one of the type in tally software. Then each company has a different name in this debtors. So that's what Asker company is one of the debtors. So we have to create ourselves ledger. As well, Anwar Solution company is our one of the debtors. We have to create. So thus creation is called the ledgers, right? So now we are going to look what is the ledger and what is the subgroup and the primary group. Okay, I'm going to open the tally softwares. If you open the tally software, it's a sample company I have created. So if I'm going to create the ledger, first I need to go to the accounts info and then ledger and single ledger. Under the single ledger, I'm going to click create account. As I inform that Asker company is a one of the ledger, so I have to create Asker company. Okay, so then it is come, you can see that there are 28, more than 28 groups. This is called the primaries and secondary groups in the tally software. So I'm going to be choose, this is coming under the Sunday debtors. You can, if you type Sunday, you can see Sunday debtors coming. Then we have to write no, and for an example, if I'm going to be type amount, we can type 1000 something. So I just explained to you how the subgroups and the primary groups are working in the tally softwares.